Hello, everyone. Welcome to May Liu Talk Show. This is May, your host, and welcome to Superstar TV 888. If you like our show, please follow us and subscribe in YouTube channel. Now, today we have an important guest to join my show. I'm glad to speak with Dr. Ian P. Anderson. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm
Yeah,
very pleased to be here with you.
It's very nice speaking with you and seeing you in my show by having you as my guest. I'm very interested to know a little bit the background of yourself.
And I have now reformed the Noble Order of King Solomon under the name of the Antiquities Order of King Solomon. Solomon being spelt the Hebrew way, Kings 1 to 11. And that is all now fully set up. We have the Constitution redone. I have taken 80 to 90% of the membership of the Noble Order of King Solomon. I have also instigated winding up proceedings for the Noble Order of King Solomon in the UK, where I spent a lot of time and money creating the same. That is in progress. Obviously, there's a story behind it. I was accused of things I never did, and that is proven. My barrister in London is prepared to take the case on free of charge, but it wasn't worth the aggravation. And of course, you can never repair certain damage. So I took my true and honest warriors with me and walked away and reset the page. So currently, the Noble Order of King Solomon is nothing apart from in Antwerp and Belgium, where there are about 8 members. At least one has already resigned because of the problems encountered.
Okay. What kind of organization is that? How does that, is that related to the royal family? What is related to?
We are an organization which is basically multi-faith, in harmony with all our brothers and sisters across the world. It's based on the Knights Templar Order, which historically is mainly a Christian order, but because people are trying to get a lot closer together, we have agreed to be multi-faith, because I've got dear friends who are Hindu, I've got dear friends who are Muslim, I've got dear friends who are Sikhs. You know, the world is for living, the world is for harmony, and the world is for helping people that need all the support they can get. I should mention Jews there as well, because we have much support and strength with Jews and Israel. Totally not talking politics on the current basis, but we are basically an international fraternity to share love, peace, support, help the community, help those less favorable than ourselves, and we work alongside the strategic development goals of the United Nations for their goals for 2030, which I'm sure you know about, May, which cover 17 different areas, and in each of those 17 areas, 168 sections of the world where we can work together to build and make a better work, both environmentally, friendly, for schools, hospitals, water, environment, power, economy, everything.
Oh, that's very nice. So is it a nonprofit organization or no?
Yes, we're a non-profit organisation.
Yeah.
Everything we do is for charity. I've been working the last 20, well, I've worked for 50 years in banking now. For the last 20 years, I've been primarily engaged in humanitarian efforts and causes, and to provide financing, funding for different projects across the world. It's unfortunate that some countries and some people have to be greedy and make life difficult, but we've been working on the strategic development goals now for at least the last 7 or 8 years across the globe in many countries to provide funding to serious projects.
Nice. So can you describe a little bit more about the funding part? So what kind of project do you work on, and what is the criteria and investment size, the basic general information?
I have to be a little bit confidential here,
Hmm.
which obviously you will respect.
Yeah.
But we, my team, for want of a better word, which includes some very important people, have access to certain funds in the world, which are sanctioned by all the 13, 14 bodies in the world: World Bank, US Treasury, the ECB, the EU, IMF, to provide funding into certain countries on certain conditions for a definite project. The project is fully costed, audited, and evaluated, and it's monitored the whole way through. Stage payments, so that every dollar of the money that's utilized is actually used for the project, and it doesn't go into somebody else's bank account or back pocket.
Okay. So the funding, what is the main source of the funding? Is it from the donation, from the bank, or from the private investors, or like grants?
A lot of the funding we're working with at the moment is what's known as MO funds, which are
Oh,
off-ledger bank funds,
okay.
and we bring these onto the table. Um, Historically, I'm sorry, you may not remember, but after the Second World War, there
Mm,
was a general marshal who arranged a plan to rebuild Europe after the Second World War,
yeah.
and it was known as the Marshall Plan, Marshall Fund, and they created an evergreen project of funding, which is ongoing still today. And there's huge amounts of money literally available to be used for the correct purpose. And after the problems with COVID, the various authorities, as I said, 13 or more bodies across the world, all the monetary authorities agreed to allow some of these funds to be released into each country for project development based on certain conditions. And obviously, it does have an effect on the country's economy because, in a way, it's quantitative easing, where a central bank introduces fresh money into a country. It has an effect. But if that effect creates employment, it creates a better community. If it creates new hospitals, new schools, which in turn generate more money internally, it is worth it for their economy.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, that's very good explanation.
And we have obviously the major banks are involved in this, like Barclays, HSBC,
Mm.
Deutsche Bank is a big player, of course. Uh, but equally, we have to look at who the shareholders are of those banks because they equally have an influence on it.
Yes. So, what is your major come from?
I initially started an engineering apprenticeship course at the age of 18 or 19,
Oh,
following my father, but it didn't suit me, and I also suffered side effects when I was on a welding part of my training, and I left, and I immediately moved into the banking sector. Um, November 73, I started with what was then the Midland Bank, and I worked through the various offices of Midland Bank. I could have gone to Barclays, Lloyds, or National Westminster at the time in the UK, but for some crazy reason, I chose the Midland Bank, which of course is now HSBC.
oh, very nice. Okay.
And I worked there for until around 82,
Mhm.
where I went to an American finance company, Avco, uh, a big company in America in those days. I was headhunted back into National Westminster, and I worked there for a few years. And then I went to a private consultancy in Bristol for 2 years. And in 91, 92, I broke free and went totally independent. And I've been independent ever since.
Very nice. So I just noticed
Um,
there's a picture behind you. Uh, yeah, is that your family? Oh, that's a movie, right? A Godfather, right?
yeah, it's a Godfather. Yeah,
Ah,
I saw it. I saw it a little while ago, and I fell in love with it. And myself and my current business partner, we decided that we'd have it.
mm,
And I'm in my office at the moment, but when we get our new boardroom set up, we're moving the picture to the boardroom because everything tells a story, and it has certain life memories.
nice. So just so you know, I'm also a movie person. I
Yeah,
make, yeah, so I just had my second movie released, Blooming Sisters. We run the several screening shows for the movie premieres I did in Cannes, which is when I speak with you a few months back, a few months
yeah,
ago. Yeah.
yeah.
And now we're running my movie show in Dallas, Texas. So hopefully we'll get the distributed online. So this is actually based on the true story happened in Hong Kong 10 years ago. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. Well, that's interesting
yeah,
because we all have our own side to us, and we all have various memories for whatever reasons may not be obvious to everybody. But no, I saw this picture and I thought I've got to have that.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so
And
hopefully,
it
yeah,
illustrates also that it's not been easy. It's been a fight. It's been a struggle
yeah.
to achieve what I've done over 50 years. I'm 70 in November,
Mm,
and yeah, I'm not looking at giving up yet. Hopefully, God willing,
mm,
and I can't say I can agree with everything in The Godfather, but there's some good characters in that picture that direct and strive many of us in our walk of life.
Right.
because obviously they are all actors. They were not the real Godfather.
That is a good movie, though, you know. I like
Yes,
the,
yes, it is. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's very
yeah.
classic. Yeah, lasts for
Excellent.
generations. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
my goal, you know, to make some movie like this, be remembered by many people for years. This is my goal.
Everybody has their dream
Yeah.
of wanting to make a stance. I mean, my cousin said to me a couple of 3 years ago at unfortunately, I think it was my mother's funeral. When are you going to retire?
Yeah.
What am I going to do if I retire?
Mm.
There are 24 hours in the day.
Right.
You all the time I'm fit and able. I want to do good for other people in the world. Yes, I can go to the bar and have a couple of beers later in the day or have a couple of beers in the office. But you have to have a purpose in life. And if you get up in the morning and you've got nothing to do, you have no purpose in life. And you can use that time to do good for people that need your love, kindness, and support
Right.
and charitable activities.
That's true. That's exactly, you know, why I found this Superstar Art Foundation. It's also a nonprofit organization based in
Yeah.
Texas. So we are 501(c)(3) under the IRS regulation. So we're public
Uh-huh.
charity. So what I'm doing is trying to build a platform that can support artist dreams by providing the training program. We're also going to do the museum program.
Explain perhaps a little bit more in answer to your question.
Yeah.
What my business partner and I came up with a year or more ago,
Mm,
and this was before the problems with the Noble Order of King Solomon, we decided we wanted to create
mm,
um, a table of 11.
mm,
That that club, that table
mm,
would be successful businessmen um, who money and who could afford equally to donate money to charity. Under that table, we decided because England's magic number is 44, as you understand, I'm
mm.
sure, each each of the 11 could introduce three people that they would support and be accountable for. So we would end up with 44 people, and obviously a lot of the 33 would be able to donate good money to charity, support all the charity efforts we were doing. That is well advanced now. But importantly, because I had to walk away from the Noble Order as the principal Grand Master. We've now created the new order underneath all of that, and the new order is the Antiquities Order of King Solomon, spelt in Hebrew, Kings 1 to 11, and we've already got two royal houses that are supporting the order, and we've also got another historical organisation called the I haven't got the full name in front of me, but it's connected to the Rosicrucians, and they're all supporting the work which we're doing. They all have their own interests. The first order, and this is where I also get my title, His Royal Highness Prince of Europe, Sir Ian Peter Anderson, is the Antiquities Imperial kingdom of Yada Yukum, ancient royal, holy royal order. I can't even say this. Matizak, Royal House of Chiefs, Council of Elders. Now, this is one of the oldest historical orders in Africa, and it was based in East Africa. It is a very strong order. They have given their blessings to our order. The other people that have given the blessing to the order is from His Imperial Royal Majesty, the King of Ukraine. Again, an Imperial Majesty, and he heads the Knights Templar Order of the Blood of Christ, and they are also going as a multi-faith organization now, so as not to be strictly non-Christian faiths. I think that's a better way of putting it, because they want to incorporate many, many more religions under their banner. And as we all know, most of the religious people throughout the world that have a faith are very peaceable. It's unfortunate we have extremists, but we've had extremists throughout life, people that come to power and then get extremist. There's so many examples of it, from the First World War, the Second World War, and even today. So we're all looking at bringing peace, supporting community, and doing what we can for the world. But this organization which I'm creating, they will be giving donations to the Antiquities Order of Solomon, so that we can expend money to various people and projects around the world. But equally, we will make sure that they're done properly from our charitable money, and that's on top of my business world, which I spoke about earlier.
So, what is the funding size you're looking for? I mean, because I like the idea that we can all do good together with the humanitarian purpose that can across the countries, and it doesn't matter what the belief come from, and everybody who joined this force should be proud of who they are and where they come from. And this going to support for all the humanitarian purpose. I think this is very good.
Yeah, well, the funding size, we've not literally put a figure on it. I mean, we're working with various groups who are connected to us, who are under us at the moment. We're working with a mission in Lagos, Nairobi. It's a religious group, almost a monastery. You can't put a figure on the amount of money you need. You just have to keep striving to get more money.
Yeah, that's very nice. You as a very experienced expert in this sector, and you also have that goal set up for these board 11 members. I think there will be opportunities for us to work together, because me based in US, I definitely have local resources to support. And the reason I'm building the museum is also the royal mansion house that can worship our culture and heritage, and to provide the shelter for people to educate the next generations. I think it is also very meaningful project. I intend to start with the US and do that a global franchise. It's more like 100 sites. So that will be an iconic building, iconic houses for people to.
May, we would certainly be interested in working with you. I do believe we've got somebody in Houston area where Dallas, where you're based, what's been achieved in well, not even 50 years. What's achieved in a few years now with technology is just incredible, and I'm sure we can find some good support to help you.
Yeah, that would be very nice because I put my project into my royalfamilyliu.com as a part of my family project because I'm the descendant of the royal Han families, Liu's family who ruled the China for like 1,000 years ago. So I'm the 73rd generation from the Han Dynasty, the first. Yeah. So that's why I wanted to build something like this for the Royal Han Palace that can keep,
Maybe we can have some form of treaty and friendship agreement with our order with your royal house. The next few months is crucial to the world in what happens in not only America, but what happens in Ukraine, Russia, and the Middle East, and maybe even with China and Taiwan. But I think I think the latter is a long way away. It's just been I think the latter has been stirred by the Western Front. I don't think China are going to do anything personally, but that's a personal belief against Taiwan at the moment. But you know and hear all the rumors, so yes. But the three critical cases at the moment. What happens in America on November the 5th? In the next 3 months or so, with the US elections on November the 5th, what happens in the Middle East and what happens in Ukraine, Russia, is vital to the world and the peace stability. I don't believe that Europe and the West are doing anything positive to assist the Russian situation, only antagonizing it. But again, that's a personal view of mine. I know some of my compatriots think the same, but we're not here to talk about that. So
right.
I'm looking at setting up the principal head office for the organisation in Vatican City, and
Yeah.
hopefully, in turn, it will bring more charitable donations into the order that we can distribute to the needy causes. Not only needy causes, but as I said, projects which are going to create better things. It's always okay to throw money at people. The real solution is to solve the ongoing problems. You know,
Exactly.
as they say, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man how to fish, he can eat every day.
Yeah, and that's
So
also come from the old Chinese saying.
yeah, yeah. I know there's some beautiful Chinese saying, mate. So yeah, but I mean, this is a concept. We've got to establish real foundations and stop throwing money at things which just disappears into a black hole. That's what the world and community need to be doing.
Right, exactly. So yeah,
Oh,
let's
okay.
hope you will set this entity up and we'll get the more support and we can join force for the good wealth, good for
Yeah,
all the people.
that
Yeah,
that would be excellent. I'll be very privileged to work with you, mate.
yeah. Well, thank you for joining me for the show and thank you for sharing your vision and thoughts of your organization. I wish you good success for your future
Okay.
endeavors. Okay, that's so much for today. Thank you for joining us. See you next time. Bye.
Okay. When
Bye.